Now, did you always do a particular job, or did you
No,
rotate around?
you had to do all the jobs.
All the jobs.
Yeah.
So sometimes you'd be driving, and
Yes.
sometimes you'd be working the pumper.
Yes, yes. Yeah, if you were driver, you operated the pump.
Okay.
If and the same as with the aerial. If you were driving the aerial, you operated the aerial.
Okay.
That was yours for the day. So, and they kept moving you about. So
So you
know,
were experienced on everything.
yes, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you tell us anything about kind of how the crew worked, or you were on 2 patrols at the time? Was it
We
a
were
2
on-
patrol system?
We had 4 shifts. You worked 4 days and you were off 4 days, and you worked 4 nights and you're off 4 days again, and then the cycle just kept on. And the captain rode in the. Sometimes there was a department car too that the captain would take sometimes to the fire, so he usually arrived first so he could assess what was needed to be done. And there was 2 trucks always run, the pumper and the aerial. And there was 2 men on the aerial and at least 3 guys on the pump. The driver and probably the lieutenant, and a man rode on the back to take the hydrant.
Now, how did they work that for the calling in? Oftentimes I've seen it in the Daily Journal, all off men were called. Or
Yeah. When I first started, excuse me, they had to call everybody, each individual on the phone. And then they went to a paging system where we had pagers in our home, and all you had to do was page, and it all went off in everybody's house at the same time.
Now, how many people would be on a crew at a time?
Approximately 6 responding to a
Yeah.
call. Yeah.
And your shifts would change?
We work 10-hour shifts, 10-hour days and 14-hour nights.
14-hour nights?
Now they're on. I work 24-hour shifts too,
Oh, wow.
just before I retired. Yeah.
That would be really,
I didn't like that one.
tiring.
No, I didn't like that one.
Now, I'm always curious when you get to the spot. Do all of the fellows know what they're supposed to be doing right off the bat, or is there really somebody who has to tell them, now you do this and that? or
The
is
captain would assign you to the different directions, and that's your assessment of the fire, your initial assessment, see what's going, where the fire is. Well, you don't want to send people in the basement if the fire's in the attic, for example.
Exactly, yeah.
And you try to keep your men safe and deploy them wherever they have to go. Try to send people in pairs if you can, but being a small department, sometimes you went alone.
Yes.
And you're waiting for the other trucks to get there. But you might have to go in alone. Always keep the fire in front of you. And hang on to that hose that your way back out again.
Yes.
If you can't control it, you run like the dickens.
Yeah. What was the best thing about being a fireman?
Well, I think the best thing was going into a building that looks like it totally engulfed, it appears to be totally engulfed, and you go in and you can save that building. Because whenever we went, somebody was in trouble. That's why we went. So if you could go into a building and salvage most of that building so that they didn't have a lot of repairs to do, that was satisfaction. It really was. It gave you a lot of satisfaction in doing that.
Yeah.